You know, the operating system on your computer, it's basically the digital world you live in every single day. It's where you work, where you create, where you connect with people. But what happens when that world just starts to feel, well, frustrating, kind of slow, bloated even? That feeling, that's what sets the stage for a really critical question we all probably need to ask ourselves.
It's a really simple question, right? But it's so important. Do you ever get that feeling like you're actually fighting your own machine? Like it's constantly trying to push things on you that you never asked for in the first place? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll figure out what's wrong with current operating systems. Then we'll look at the hidden cost of all their new features. After that, we'll explore a totally different alternative called Linux, walk through how you can actually make the switch, and finally, see why this whole thing is about so much more than just tech.
All right, let's dive right in. The heart of the issue, the state of modern operating systems. Are they really even working for us, the users, anymore? This right here, this is the core experience for so many people. The system that used to feel zippy and intuitive now just feels clunky. It gets in your way more than it actually helps. And here's the thing, you're not imagining it. It's a deliberate shift in how these things are designed. And when you look at the specifics, it's pretty easy to see why. You're getting pushed into cloud services you don't need, AI features you never wanted, and get this, ads inside your own operating system. You need an online account just to use your own computer. And to top it all off, the most basic apps, like the calculator, have become slow and buggy. It's just maddening.
But why? Why is all this happening? It's not an accident. To really get to the bottom of it, we need to look at the hidden cost of all these so-called new features.
This slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. It's a total clash of goals. On one side, you've got the company's goals. Make more money, push their other services, and basically lock you into their world. And on the other side, you have your goals. You just want a fast computer, simple apps that work, and a machine that's going to last. These two lists, they're working against each other.
So let's just be crystal clear about this. Those annoying features, they're not a mistake, they're not bugs, they're there on purpose, by design, to serve the company's bottom line, and it's almost always at the expense of your experience. And this leads to a really serious real-world problem. All this software bloat makes the operating system way more demanding, so all of a sudden your perfectly good computer feels slow, and you feel like you have to buy a new one. This cycle, this planned obsolescence, it creates a staggering amount of electronic waste, turning perfectly good machines into garbage.
Okay, but what if there was another way? A whole different approach to computers that's built on a completely different set of values. Let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about Linux.
At its heart, Linux is all about putting you, the user, back in the driver's seat. It's designed from the ground up to be fast, to be efficient, and to run well on hardware for years and years. It's not about selling you other stuff, it's about giving you a solid, reliable tool that just works.
Now you're going to hear this word distribution or distro thrown around, and it sounds way more technical than it is. The idea is simple. The Linux core is like a car engine. A distribution is the whole car built around it, the body, the seats, the dashboard. You get to pick the flavor that fits you best.
And there are some fantastic options to get started with. If you're a beginner and you just want something incredibly stable, rock solid, Debian is a fantastic choice. If you're also just starting out, but you like having all the latest new software, Fedora is perfect. And yeah, for the experts who want to build their system from scratch, there's Arch. The key thing here is you have a choice.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty interesting, but how do you, actually do it? Let's break down the practical steps to making the switch. I promise, it's a lot more achievable than you might think.
The cool thing is, you don't have to just dive into the deep end. You can start by running Linux in what's called a virtual machine. It's like an app inside your current system. Totally safe way to test drive it. Ready for the next step? You can install it right alongside your existing OS, and then you just choose which one to start when you turn on your computer. And finally, when you're ready, you can go all in and just replace the old system completely.
Now, before you do a single thing, and seriously, this is the most important part, back up your data, always. Make copies of your important documents, your photos, all your files. A good little trick is to move them off your main C drive to another part of your hard drive, or even better, an external one. And hey, don't forget to export your browser bookmarks and passwords. A little bit of prep makes the whole thing totally stress-free.
Let's just pull back for a second here, because choosing your operating system, well, it's about way more than just your one computer. It actually has a much bigger impact on the world around us.
So, what's this number all about? 10+ years. That's how old a computer can be and still run the latest, most modern Linux distributions beautifully. Just think about that for a second. A 10-year-old machine, which other companies would call totally obsolete, can get a brand new lease on life.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. It completely reframes the whole issue. By choosing software that respects older hardware, you are actively deciding to reduce electronic waste. It turns a simple tech choice into a really powerful environmental statement.
So ultimately, this gives you the power to do two incredible things at once. You get to reclaim complete control over your own digital world, making it faster and more enjoyable, and at the same time, you get to make a positive choice for the planet.
I just want to leave you with this one final thought. We are so conditioned to think that the solution to a slow computer is to just go out and buy a new one. But what if the most powerful, the most effective, and the most responsible upgrade you could possibly make isn't hardware at all? What if it's software?